Evening everyone, welcome to Pickko's Pitwalk, the Sunday edition of the Rome E-Prix, and once again it's going to be a bit of a speed run, not because I'm worried about the cables, I am worried about the cables, but there's quite a lot going on here. You see, we're leaving now, ready to get everything ready for London, but the thing is, because of the nature of how the pits are, it's a little bit interesting in terms of how everything works. So I'm just going to have a little wander down to McLaren and then come back up afterwards, and we'll see what we can do in terms of chatting about the teams, because it might be that it's just not in front of me when I actually talk about them. Good, the cable's still working. So let's talk about McLaren, and actually, can you just see that background there? There's a McLaren there. There we go. Isn't that lovely? Just missed out points to Jake Hughes today, which is actually alright considering that he didn't do much yesterday. He had a nice day off, really. Yeah, René Rast 13th. Both McLarens had to come through the pits at one point. Not sure why. Before I go on, I do want to say, you may have already seen me today. I don't know. I haven't watched the footage, but I was on the grid for the first time since I've been doing this, which was just an incredible experience, and I want to say thank you so much to Hankook Tyres, the official tyre supplier of Formula E, for giving me a little grid sticker, meaning that I could have my first grid experience, and it was incredible, so thank you very much to Hankook. Right, we can proceed now. Let's talk about Maserati, and finally a good result. It's taken most of the season, but we got there eventually, so well done to him. Max Gunn to P6, solid day for the team. I think that helps them in the championship as well. I think they're far clear of McLaren, who are in 7th in the championship. Maserati, good points for them today. Jaguar, a great day for Sam Bird. Lovely seeing him back on the podium, especially after everything that happened yesterday. Mitch Evans, Mitch. What a sad story. Yeah, just locked the rears. Nick Cassidy, wrong place, wrong time. Yeah, we shall now speak about Envision, because I've really noticed that I don't get the best interviews out of Nick Cassidy, and I don't know why, because I really like the geezer. It's just that I see him and my brain just goes to in terms of what I need to say most of the time. Seb Wemmy, 5th place, split the two Maserati, so good result from him. But yeah, yeah, and they still lead the constructors, so that's good for them. But yeah, their drivers' championship hopes for Nick Cassidy as good as gone, which leads us on to Apt, and that man there, Nico Muller, an amazing weekend. Obviously 6th place yesterday, another point on the board today. He's been on fire this weekend. He's really enjoyed this circuit. He hasn't been to London before, so he doesn't know what to expect there. But yeah, I mean, like, we'll see when we come to it. Right. Can you see Andretti? Yeah, you can, because I can see Andretti on there. And yeah, Jake Dennis has one hand on the World Drivers' Championship. An incredible day for him. Very lucky not to be involved in that accident, because Mitch's front nose kind of almost tapped Jake as well. But yeah, he managed to come through for the win, defended his car perfectly. Sambo was praising Jake in terms of his defences against him, and then praised Norman Nato as well. So yeah, Sam actually said that he couldn't actually do any more. So yeah, well done to Jake Dennis. Andre Lostra put up a good defence against Nick Cassidy, but at the end of the race, Nick kind of went into the back of. No, he kind of like he did a like Hail Mary just down the inside before the. Is it called the obelisk? I don't know what it's called. But yeah, and that took Nick and Andre into the wall. Andre was out on the spot. Nick recovered to 14th, so dropped a position. DS Penske, solid day for Van Dorn. Well, Van Dorn was 8th, but honestly, in this, why is it with Stoff this year? I genuinely have no idea what's happened to him, because he was so consistent last year, so consistent top 6. And then this year, it's just hasn't been the same stuff really. Jeff obviously had a great day yesterday, but today came into the pits and finished in 16th place. So yeah, unfortunate for him. I don't know how I'm going to get out of this now. Just going to prop up the old sunnies a sec. 2 seconds. There we go. There is Porsche. Sorry. Yep. See, it's very busy round here. Look, there's everything everywhere, and I'm having to avoid everything. What a great place. Yeah, so Porsche, I think I'm just going to hide in here for a bit. There we go. So Porsche, Pascal picked up some points. Da Costa finished 10th on the road, got a 5-second penalty, which demoted him to 12th. They still have a chance at the constructors, but they are behind Envision at the moment. We'll swiftly move on to Neo. Good. And yeah, some 2 points for Dan Ticktum, which puts him ahead of, which puts the team ahead of Mahindra in the championship, which is obviously quite important for them. Just making sure that nothing's in the way. There's actually Sergio Setacamera's car being put into a box. I'm just going to nip through just to make sure that I'm like not in the way. But yeah, they're now into 9th in the championship, which is good for the team. I know that they were aiming for 8th. I think 8th is a little bit too far out, especially with what the 8th place team did today. But yeah, no, good result for Neo 333, and I would have thought that they would have had an all right time in London. However, speaking to Dan Ticktum, apparently the FIA have been very harsh on what the energy consumption is going to be in London. So maybe won't be the weekend for Neo that I would have thought would have happened. But we'll move on to this team here. Nissan Norman, I think you would have just seen the back of him. P2. What an incredible result for the team. It's their best result since becoming Nissan, not Nissan Edams. There's a confusion bit there. So yeah, fantastic result for Norman and the team. I don't want to say luck to get on the podium because of the accident, but it's still a fantastic result. Yesterday, Sasha Fenestras said that he could have finished on the podium. Clearly that translated into today, and they did a fantastic job of it. Sasha Fenestras didn't take part in P3 or qualifying because of a battery failure. They fired it up and then nothing happened. And the thing is, with an EV, you fire something up and you can't tell if it's on or off. And it just didn't work, and so they tried to fix it throughout P3, and then they had to do a battery change, which then took long enough so that they missed qualifying as well. They got him back out for the race, but they had to pull him into the pits in the race, and he finished a lap down, which is a shame. Which leaves us with Mahindra. They've dropped a place in the championship now. They're now down to 10th, which is worrying. They both retired on the same lap, which is a shame. Di Grassi was punted into the wall by Da Costa. I think, Da Costa had the inside line and Di Grassi didn't want to back out. So that's what happened there. I'm not sure what happened to Roberto Meri, but thankfully, I think I've just about missed the maze of DHL boxes that are behind me and not pissed too many people off. So, you know, I'll take that. Genuinely, I would take that after this. After just that, it's just chaos. I remember, like last year, I think I just walked up and down this bit, but they've got bits of car and boxes on it this year. I was going to do a full lap, but yeah, because this is probably the last time that you will see this this old format, because Jack's back with us in London, and then Valencia, the testing's in the school holidays, so Jack will probably be, well, he might be there as well, and then we've got to wait until this race next year, which will be back in April, thank God, not in July. But yeah, bit annoyed about all the technical issues that have happened this weekend. It's been too hot. Thankfully, we're getting out of the country just before it turns 40 degrees on Tuesday, because it's only been about 37, 38 only. But it's okay. We're in London, a nice air-conditioned building. So looking forward to that. Thank you for your company this weekend, and yeah, we'll see you for the season finale and what will probably be Jake Dennis's crowning glory. Thank you for your company this weekend. Ta-da!